Greetings. Today is Thursday, August 1st, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In this video, I will be updating the forecast for a strong tropical wave currently over Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, which will continue bringing heavy rain to the northeastern Caribbean. Gradually, it will move west over the next few days, increasing the chances of rain for the Bahamas, Cuba, Jamaica, and Haiti. In the medium to long term, this system poses a threat to the southeastern United States, from South Carolina to Louisiana. Yesterday, significant changes occurred in the forecast, as all models now show the system traveling further west, reaching the Gulf of Mexico region and remaining there for at least 7 consecutive days. This could create an event of heavy rains and flooding, particularly in Florida. Before continuing with the forecast details, I wanted to mention that cyclonic activity remains high in the eastern Pacific. Currently, Tropical Storm Carlotta is expected to become a hurricane today but will move west, away from the western coast of Mexico. Additionally, the National Hurricane Center is monitoring 2 other areas in the Pacific where cyclones could also form. However, like Tropical Storm Carlotta, these disturbances are projected to move away from Mexico. As I mentioned a few days ago, this is likely to be the most active period in the entire hurricane season in the eastern Pacific, and soon, the Atlantic will see the formation of several cyclones, corresponding to what is typically the second most active month, August. In the coming days, I will record a video discussing the risks we will face in the coming weeks, so stay tuned to my channel, Hurricane Info. Now, let's take a closer look at the region where the tropical wave is located. You can see that it is generating strong thunderstorms and rains across the northeastern Caribbean. Yesterday, we saw a focus of energy develop south of the wave axis, and it is this area of vorticity that is currently crossing over Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. However, the wave axis is quite broad, and we currently have several vortices competing to develop a more defined center, creating uncertainty in the forecast. A few days ago, I mentioned that the European model's projection of the wave passing over the Bahamas and developing east of Florida seemed the most likely scenario. However, with the development of this new energy focus, it appears that the American model had a better outlook, and now the tropical wave is expected to continue its path over the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Cuba. This trajectory over land areas with high mountains will also complicate the scenario, creating uncertainty about where the disturbance might consolidate, and limiting cyclonic development until it reaches the Gulf of Mexico waters. Additionally, the tropical wave is very active in terms of convection, as we had projected. When it crossed the 60 degrees west longitude, it encountered very warm sea surface temperatures, increasing atmospheric moisture levels, and enhancing the wave's activity, bringing significant rain to the Caribbean. Unfortunately, along its path, it will cross areas with increasingly warm temperatures, especially in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico, where temperatures currently exceed 30 degrees Celsius. This is the warmest area in the Atlantic, which could help form and strengthen a cyclone in this region by the weekend, increasing the risk of heavy rains and flooding in the southeastern United States. Due to its interaction with the Greater Antilles, the National Hurricane Center kept the development probabilities at 60% as of 2 a.m. Note that the possible development area has moved much further west compared to recent days. Now, a tropical cyclone could form in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico waters, west of Florida. Let's look at the latest projections from the global models, which generally have a better consensus. Here, you can see the tropical wave crossing over the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and eventually over Cuba, possibly developing into a tropical depression just west of Florida by Sunday morning, strengthening into a moderate tropical storm, and making landfall near the Big Bend area of Florida on Sunday night or Monday morning. The situation becomes interesting as the GFS model projects that this disturbance could remain in this area for basically the entire next week, resulting in a significant flooding event for Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Mississippi, and Alabama. This change in the forecast is quite concerning, and it's important for all southeastern U.S. residents to closely monitor this disturbance. On the other hand, the European model had a significant change in projections yesterday. Remember, it initially projected the wave passing east of Florida, but recent runs show a similar scenario to the GFS model, with the wave crossing Cuba and reaching the northeastern Gulf of Mexico, possibly developing into a tropical depression by Monday night near the Florida Panhandle. Like the GFS, the European model projects that this disturbance could be quite stationary over the region for approximately 5 to 7 days, resulting in significant rainfall accumulations, especially from mid to late next week. The German model also aligns with this idea, showing a tropical storm approaching the Big Bend area on Sunday night. Meanwhile, the UK model has a much more westerly track, projecting the wave nearing Louisiana, Alabama, or Mississippi on Monday night, possibly as a tropical storm. Clearly, there is significant uncertainty among the models, which is why it's crucial for residents of Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Florida to stay updated on the forecasts over the coming days. This high uncertainty is also evident in the GFS ensemble members, showing a wide area of possible impact from South Carolina, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana, with different scenarios ranging from northeastern tracts to others maintaining the circulation center over Gulf of Mexico waters, even reaching Louisiana and Texas. When we see such broad dispersion in ensemble members, it indicates high uncertainty in the forecast, and at the moment, we cannot precisely predict where the potential future cyclone will make landfall. We have various scenarios, from a weak tropical storm affecting the region, to some members showing hurricane development. Therefore, there will be many days of uncertainty until this disturbance reaches the Gulf of Mexico waters and stops interacting with the Greater Antilles. The European model ensemble members also show the same scenario with high uncertainty, so we can only monitor calmly and wait to see how the projections change. For now, the primary risk is the rain expected across the Greater Antilles, especially for the southeastern United States. For instance, today and tomorrow, humidity will continue across Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti. Puerto Rico is anticipated to receive between 1 to 2 inches of additional rain, especially in the east of the island, and the Dominican Republic and Haiti could see between 100 to 150 millimeters over the next 48 hours. When the wave axis moves towards Cuba, rainy days are expected from Friday to Sunday, with rainfall accumulations ranging from 75 to 120 millimeters. Once the tropical wave moves into the Gulf of Mexico, it will likely start an organization process, and with its slow trajectory over the southeastern United States, models are projecting between 3 to 15 inches of rain in some areas of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, or Florida. The GFS model, for example, shows over 24 inches of rain in some isolated locations. This projection will change significantly as the disturbance develops, and we have a better view of its future trajectory and intensity. The European model also shows rainfall accumulations of over 8 to 10 inches affecting western Florida. Therefore, there is a high risk of flooding in western Florida at the beginning of next week. That's all for this forecast update. We will continue closely monitoring the evolution of this system to see how strong it gets and its path in the Gulf of Mexico. To not miss this special coverage and upcoming videos, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to the bottom of the video, click the red subscribe button, and then click the bell to get notifications when I upload new videos. Well, that's all for now. I hope you all have an excellent day. See you in the next video.